Probably the most inspiring song for the entire album for me was Can't Take My Eyes Off of You by Frankie Valli. And I remember coming home from a tour and I was with my sister and I was in the car and I was like, what are you listening to now? And she put Can't Take My Eyes Off of You on, and I was kind of mind blown by the fact that that was what she was listening to. And I think just like the sound of the 60s drum soundscape and the horns and the strings and just like the feeling of this kind of large, grander than life feeling really inspired me. So everything on the album was chasing that feeling. You can hear it at the end of Wonder, you can hear it at the end of songs like Song for No One, and yeah, that song is probably the most inspiring song for me. I spent a lot of time listening to Kanye West productions because I think the way he deals with choir vocals and the way he deals with his own vocal is so magical and special, and I used a lot of harmony engine in different places inspired by him, and probably the song I kept coming back to was Waves by Kanye West, and it always gave me, I think chordally too, the chords in that song, I was constantly going back to chords that were living in that world of wonder, not to say that word so many times, but yeah. The thing about this album is that it's always timeless for me, and that's Continuum by John Mayer. And I think it's funny sitting in the studio that I wrote my second album in, because I remember being insanely inspired by songs like Gravity and Slow Dancing in a Burning Room. So it's kind of tradition now for me to go back and listen to Continuum to remind myself like why I started writing as a songwriter in the first place. So before I wrote the album, I was listening to Stop This Train, Continuum, all the songs off of Born and Raised, and yeah. This is kind of embarrassing to say, but I guess it's just the truth. My parents didn't listen to a lot of the Beatles growing up. It was more Led Zeppelin in my house, so the first time I really kind of got into the Beatles was over the last year and a half, and hearing songs like Yesterday was insanely inspiring for me just because of the way the chord progressions were moving and the kind of feeling of being right in the room with me, and that's where songs like I Can't Imagine off of my album got inspired from. So yeah. Are You Gonna Be My Girl by Jet was a massive inspiration, and I think there's a moment that happened the last year and a half where I felt like I was just coming into my own, and I felt like I was more free to be myself and kind of just be free. And Are You Gonna Be My Girl was kind of the pushing force of that. So although the album might not even sound like that song, it was a constant song that I was playing to keep my energy up and inspired about the album.